Every opportunity in life transforms us into who we are today. Think about where you were or what you were doing 10, 20, or maybe 30 years ago. Did you think then about how much each choice may impact your life down the road? Karen Roothaan, a math instructor from South Suburban College, had many experiences throughout her life that opened her eyes to the realities of the world.
I have been teaching math in the Chicago area since '96, so that's 15 years. And before that, I taught math occasionally, but I was also doing a lot of other, actually you might call them green jobs.
Karen's devotion to these environmental activities involved a lot of traveling throughout the years. She embraced her green ways in Rhode Island as a coordinator of a community garden. From there, she went into managing a health food store, which caused her to reevaluate a lot of things in life.
It was during that time when we were involved in buying produce and looking at the different politics, economics, and environmental effect of the food we eat that I became interested in farming, and then I went to Maine and lived on an organic farm for a couple of years.
Roothaan also lived on our farm for a year. This was a group for women in Oregon who lived on the land. These ladies chose to be at nature's mercy and live with any inconvenience this may cause.
We had no electricity, no running water, no refrigeration. We didn't serve any animal products, meat or dairy or anything. I remember once I visited someone else's house and it looked primitive like our space, and she mentioned that she had ice cubes, and I said, "You have ice?" And my eyes got really big and really excited because I hadn't had an ice cube in months.
All of Roothaan's experiences led to an idea for a local green project. In 2008, she became one of the founders of a group called Trees Are Beautiful.
We're part of something called the Southeast Environmental Task Force, which is a group in Southeast Chicago. And so one of the things that the task force deals with is air pollution. And that's how we joined together with them for the tree project.
Trees Are Beautiful is making an impact in the Chicagoland area. They were given the 2011 Community Group Volunteer in the Park Award. This group assists local Cub Scouts in receiving forestry badges by teaching children how to properly plant trees.
The big ego trip is either watching a bird sit in it and, ironically, watching someone park under it because there's shade. Because that means that there's a piece of air that has become a new type of space because of what you did.
She further demonstrates her drive to save the environment's natural resources by cycling to and from South Suburban College.
Bicycle commuting is using your bike to get back and forth to work. So I think I'm more of a bicycle/train commuter or bicycle/pace bus commuter because I have a 14-mile trip. I find it very calming, and I often rehearse my lectures when I'm riding my bike.
There are a few reasons Karen chooses this type of transportation over operating a vehicle of her own. One is all the pollutants released into the air when vehicles are driven. She's even taught students how to calculate their gas mileage using the Environmental Protection Agency's website. In this math lesson, students learned there's a lot of truth in numbers.
It was air pollution and heat that got me to sort of come out at South Suburban as an environmentalist because I had a really nice bike and I was riding the whole distance. About mile 10, I started to feel very, very uncomfortable. I was very hot. I was having a hard time breathing. And I got to work and I walked into my class and I said, "It's time for me to give you guys a math assignment. We're going to talk about your mileage, your gas mileage, and how many gallons of gasoline you're burning to get to work here every day. You're polluting the air that I'm breathing as a cyclist." And somebody said, "Well, how do I find my gas mileage?" I said, "Well, you can go on the EPA website." By the end of class, they knew what EPA was. They learned how to use the website. They learned how to find their gas mileage, things like that.
This is one example of how Roothaan has tied her profession in mathematics into her passion for nature and humans' effect on the planet.
One of the things that I have come to understand in the last few years is that an individual can be extremely pure and green and yet not have as much effect as an individual who is talking to many people and getting many people to take little baby steps in the right direction.